Hey, and welcome to the Survival Report. We're here talking about some water collection devices and things like that here today. Not all of us can be in the woods and live at our retreat, blah blah blah. That's a granted. But pretty much everywhere in the country, everywhere in the world, it rains at some point in time. You're going to need to be able to replenish your water supply at some point in time. Having 2 weeks stored is considered the minimum, all that good stuff, and you should rotate that and all that good stuff. Having a water source nearby is important. Being able to have a quality water filter, something like a Catadine drip filter, a pocket filter, something like that, or something similar would help as well too. But those are just two parts of your equation. As anything else we do with our preparing, we want to have multiple layers of use and of protection in that as well too. One of the things that's really simple anybody can do is just the old school rain barrel. You don't have to go and buy the $200 yuppie model from one of these stores that's all pretty and environmentally sound and yada yada yada. You can go to a local feed store or Coca-Cola bottling plant, something like that, that gets their syrup, a food grade syrup, because people drink that mess, in big barrels and that. Your local Coke or Pepsi bottling plant might throw out those barrels, and this has been kind of one of the preparedness industry secrets for 100 years. Is you could get those things sometimes for free, sometimes $3, $5, stuff like that's probably higher now. I haven't bought them in years, but that sort of barrel, a food grade, because it's held food items, heavy plastic barrel, and then you could use that for your rain barrel. What we're using here today is something we see a lot in our area. Is these, basically they had pickles in them. They ship pickles in the United States with them, and they're nice because it's an open top with and this one's missing the gasket, but they're great. You can store food in them as well. You'd still want to pack them in Mylar liners and everything else like we've showed you on bucketpacking.com, but you can drop the Mylar liners, the sealed Mylar liners, inside the barrels. And then also we store feed for our animals in there just by simply pouring them in and keeping them under a shelter and things like that. So no matter where you get them from, the idea is still the same. Being able to collect some water off your roof with gutters and things like that adds a little bit more water in that you don't maybe have to go out in the middle of the night, because we're thinking security, right? Go out in the middle of the night and trek down to Miller's Pond, half-mile away, to get some water, bring it back, and filter it. So we need to be thinking about security and all these sorts of things as well too. If it's just running off your roof and going to waste, well, you can collect it in these barrels, take it in, filter it inside the house, and bada bing, you're not making extended patrols out to get more water. So first thing we want to do is, you'll need a couple of simple tools, drill, all that good stuff. The drill with the spade bit. And we're kind of doing it cooking show style today, how they have like stuff in progress and all that good stuff. Drill a little bit up from the bottom on most of these barrels. The plastic gets a lot heavier, a lot thicker as you get to the very bottom here. So yeah, you might miss the last gallon or whatever of water, but that's probably where all your scum and that's going to collect anyway. So really we don't want to necessarily get our water off the very bottom as well too. So I drill up a couple inches, and this has worked well for us. 3/4 inch spade bit, and then what you'll find is, and this is a 3/4 inch hose bib, is it doesn't quite fit. You want to have to kind of wallow it out with a knife and things like that to make sure you get a good fit, because you want this nice and tight in there. So we're going to stop the camera, and I'm going to do that with a knife, and then we'll show you the completed project. Okay, and this is the inside view of the barrel now with the hose bib sticking through. We're going to pause it here in a second, but what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to wrap some more Teflon tape around that, and we're also going to put a 3-inch threaded coupler onto that. And what that's going to do is it's just going to give it some stability.
So say for example you hook a hose up to it or something like that, somebody snatches the hose or grabs the hose violently, it's going to give it a little bit of sturdiness inside the barrel. So we're going to do that. Obviously we can't videotape it, me inside the barrel. Alright, we got our connector on the inside. We Teflon taped the connection on the inside and siliconed it, caulked it. I'm going to do the same on this outside here. And it might be ugly, but I prefer to have a liberal bunch on there to where it doesn't leak. Okay. And again, do it round it on the inside as well too, if you prefer. Your call on that. One thing over here on the barrels, on the top of the barrel, and this is a completed one. We just started doing this, and I thought I'd better stop and show it on camera. Plan on an overflow right from the beginning. Especially if you're in a area that gets a lot of heavy rains when it does rain. That's kind of how we are here, is plan an overflow and have it go somewhere, maybe into some garden areas or something along those lines. What you can do for a top, because if you just let this drain openly from a gutter into here, you're going to get all kinds of crap from your roof and bugs and, you know, West Nile and the whole 9 yards. And this is an older one we've been using for a while. It's just cut an old piece of screen, especially if you have this type of top where you can just pop the solid plastic part out, and you can put it on tight and then screw it down, and you get, I didn't do a very good job on that, but you can get it where it's almost drum tight on there. And then your gutter, you know, just use one of those flexible gutters to go over top of it like this and let it pour out more like that than just straight beating down on it and that. And we've used this one for about a year and a half now, never had a problem with it. You know, doing that way every so often. You got to take it off, clean the screen and things like that. But you know, you set up, you know, one of these at the corner, every corner of your house, if nothing else too. You know, good rain, you know, for 20-30 minutes down our way fills these. That's you know, at 55 or 60 gallons a pop, that's 240 gallons. So it's a good way to get, you know, of course you could drain it right out of there, put it right in your Catadine drip filter or Berkey or whatever, and use it for your home use as well, or use it for your gardens, use it. There's going to be a lot of water needs that you'll have that aren't necessarily for drinking. You know, for washing your clothes and different things like that. You know, even outside bathing. You know, just keep. The pocket filter by Catadine, rated to up to 13,000 gallons. This tough, durable unit sees use by Special Forces units around the world. The Red Cross, endorsed by the World Health Organization. Silver impregnated ceramic cartridge, lifetime warranty, very durable unit. Available from jrhenterprises.com. Again, available from jrhenterprises.com. Ask about current sales specials.